Factoring quadratic trinomials when a does not equal 1. This time when we factor, we notice that what we've got is a front end piece, or our a piece, which is not equal to 1. Remember that we work through that idea of ax squared plus bx plus c. And now today we're kind of focusing on that a piece there. So first thing we need to do is identify our a, b, and c. So our a is equal to 2, our b is equal to 1, and our c is equal to negative 6. So the first thing we want to do here to get this done is we need to multiply the a piece and the c piece. So we're going to take 2 times negative 6 to get a negative 12. Now it's important that you remember the 2. We're going to come back to that later on. So once we've identified and multiplied, we're going to go ahead and do a rewrite. So I'm going to take the thing from the top, I'm going to get rid of the 2 and call it x squared plus x. But now I'm going to bring down this negative 12 to put in place a c. So c has changed. Now we're going to factor like we did before because a is equal to 1. So I need to find out what makes negative 12. So as I look at the negative 12 here, we know that that can be negative 1 times 12, 1 times negative 12, negative 2 times 6, 6 times negative 2, negative 3 times 4, and 3 times negative 4. Remember, our goal is to find a pair that adds to equal positive 1. That comes from this b place right here. So to get a positive 1, I'm looking at this pair right here, the negative 3 and the positive 4. To save space, I'm going to get rid of everything else, and I'll rewrite that. So coming back to this, we know that we have negative 3 and positive 4 as our factors. So remember that this is going to turn into x minus 3 and x plus 4. Now, we left this 2 over here, and we need to take care of this now. So I'm going to multiply both of the x terms by that 2. So here and here. So now I'm going to have 2x minus 3 and 2x plus 4. We had to bring that 2 back because we kind of got rid of it earlier. Now I need to think about greatest common factor. Well, in this first set, there is no greatest common factor, so it's fine. But over here, the 2 and the 4 can take out a factor of 2. So once I do that, now I have my final answer. So what I have is I'm going to forget about this because I took it out, and our final answer is 2x minus 3 times x plus 2. Let's try that one more time. Again, let's identify your a, your b, and your c. So I know here that a is 4, b is a negative 19, and c is 12. Okay, again, we want to take a times c. So when I do that, let me get back to the right pen color here. I'm going to take 4 times 12, which is 48. I'm going to go ahead and do that rewrite of my trinomial. So my rewrite is going to become x squared minus 19x plus 48, with that 48 again taking that C position. Now we need those factors of 48. 48 has a lot of factors, but I'm going to think about this. I'm not going to do the negative pieces, so I've got 1 in 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, and 6 times 8. I need one of these pairs to be able to equal a negative 19. Well, 3 and 16 can make 19. Again, to save space, I'm going to do a little bit of erasing here. All right, so now we know what we've got is the idea of x minus 3 and x minus 16. Minus 3 minus 16 to get that negative 19 in the middle. Again, I need to come back to this original 4. I need to take care of that again. So again, I'm going to take that piece times both of the x pieces here and put those back. So now I have 4x minus 3 and 4x minus 16. Now I'm going to look for GCFs. In this first parenthesis, there's no GCF, so it's fine. Over here, I've got the 4 and the 16, where I can take out a 4. So when I divide that out, this is what I'm left with. Again, we're going to get rid of that, and my answer is the 4x minus 3 times the x minus 4. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to practice a couple of those. Let's try just one more in case you had some trouble with that. Again, let's identify our A, B, and C. So A is 6, B is negative 11, C is negative 10. We're going to go ahead and do the A times C. And that's going to be 6 times negative 10, which is going to give us negative 60. We're going to go ahead and do that rewrite of the trinomial. And so that rewrite is going to give us x squared minus 11x minus 60. We dropped the 6 and the negative 10 and did our replacement piece here. Now we need to find those factors of 60. 60 has a lot of factors. I want to think about 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, and 6 times 10. Remember, we need to find a pair that will give us a negative 11. This pair will if I make the 15 negative. Again, I'm going to go ahead and erase what I don't need. Actually, I'll erase that too. So now what I've got is x plus 4 and x minus 15. The 4 and the negative 15 multiply for negative 60. They add for negative 11. But remember, we had that A piece on the front end, and we've got to put that back. So putting that back with this and that is going to give us 6x plus 4 times 6x minus 15. Again, we're looking for greatest common factor. So here, 6 and 4, I can take out a 2, which gives me 3x plus 2. On the other one, with the 6 and the 15, I can take out a 3 and get 2x minus 5. Now that we've done that, remember we're going to kind of do away with what we have here. And we are left with 3x plus 2 and 2x minus 5. Again, I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute to practice. So in conclusion, remember part of what we are doing here is remembering the format of ax squared plus bx plus c. We know that we need to identify the a, the b, and the c. We then try to take an a times a c. We did a rewrite, and then we brought that a piece after we factored. We brought that a piece back in, and then we looked for GCF, and then we ended up with our final answer.